So how does this tiny new Insta360 Go 2 compare against our tried and true GoPros specifically for point of view driving? Hang with us and we're gonna find out. Well, good day everybody, and today we're trying a little bit of a behind the scenes hybrid with a little bit of a gear review focused on this Insta360 Go 2. Now our workhorse camera for POV driving videos is our GoPros. We use a GoPro Hero8, sometimes for B-roll mounted to the outside of the car, and we use this Hero8 mounted to this crazy contraption here. Everything we learned about point of view, we learned from Tedward. So thanks Tedward, he has a great video out there on doing POV with GoPros. And as you can see, we mount this underneath our hat because to really get good POV, you don't really want to wear something silly like this on your head. It just puts the camera way up too high. So we flip it underneath and we get this lens as close to our eye as possible to get really, really good POV. But as you can see, this blocks your field of view. You look like a fool. So this is what we use. Now for any type of really good quality B-roll or any of our photography, we use our tried and true Sony A7 III, which is what we are recording on now. So given all that, a few months back, Insta360 came out with a new version of their Go. This is the Go 2, and we watched some videos on that and we got really, really intrigued, not by anything other than the small size. This comes with this little bit of a case mothership charge thing, a little bit like, basically a little bit of a knockoff of AirPods. The whole philosophy is you got this mothership charging pod control thing, which is really, really nice. But we were really intrigued about the small size. Really would like to hang something like this off our head versus this heavy, heavy, heavy GoPro. So that's the only reason we were interested in checking out the Go 2. So we waited quite a long time to get this camera. I don't know if it was the chip shortage, but we finally got it about a month ago and have been playing around with it. Now GoPros are just our workhorse, but as you know, if you ever use GoPros, they can break your heart. It's a love-hate relationship with these things, but they're extremely versatile, durable, and just usability sometimes can be a little frustrating. I just think that their processor in here that they're using is just way behind the times. And hopefully with the Hero 10, they address their computational ability. But these things are just really, really awesome, but we're always looking for an alternative, especially something to put on your head. So this comes with other stuff that we're really not interested in because this is all about point of view video. This is an interesting little mount. If you want to put it on your body through your shirt or something, you got this magnetic pendant you can wear, but once again, not interested in that. So we got this camera and we were interested in primarily three things. Does the small size, does it really, really work? And is it that much better? However, are there any compromises on video quality? And also battery life. We've heard that this thing will not last very long with the battery, even though you do have this other charge module where you can recharge it. So that's what we were really interested in, is are the compromises worth the small size? So for a direct comparison to GoPros, I would never, ever, ever recommend this over a GoPro for just basic versatility, especially the GoPro Hero8. The Hero8 right now is about the same price as the Insta360. So for an all-around action cam, GoPro will beat this. Now, Insta360, it's not a totally fair comparison because Insta360 also makes their One series camera, which is more of a competitor to the GoPro. So from a versatility standpoint, we're not comparing these two. We're only comparing the quality versus the size and ease of use. So we took this out a couple times. We actually mounted it right next to our GoPro on our silly head and did some video. We got in the car, anything that we would typically do with point of view. shooting. We walked around the car, we did some driving, and I have to tell you, all the other reviewers are correct. The quality of this video coming out of this is very, very good. Like I said, not an expert at video quality, but for just side-by-side comparison, I could take either one of these. I was really concerned about the dynamic range compared to the GoPro, and this thing really, really did well. The other thing that was actually superior with this is, and it's really amazing given how small it is its stabilization and the fact that it does not care where the horizon is. It will always orient the video such that it's nice and level. And I think that makes a big difference, especially with point of view driving. And I thought that was much more superior. Now the GoPro 9, you can modify it with a lens to do the same thing. That's more expense. And it does have built-in horizon leveling, which we have found a little bit wonky. So this thing actually, in our opinion, the field of view is good. Everything's really good about the quality. So for that, I feel like we're not making any compromises. The other thing we were interested in is we typically do our audio recording with an external microphone. However, sometimes you just need these mics in a pinch that are built into the camera. GoPro does pretty good with sound quality because it has 3 mics built in. This only had 1, so we took it out on the highway to check it out. Okay, so we're out here on the highway, just doing a little bit of a sound check at cruising speed. Okay, so we're out here on the highway, just doing a little bit of a sound check at cruising speed. And as you can see there, sound quality in a pinch is okay. We can live with that. But in general, we would be using an external mic anyway. Overall workflow, no complaints there. This does have a pretty decent app, and you do need the app to get your field of view. You can actually see through the camera. There's a desktop app. What's nice about Insta, and it's the same app for all their cameras, but you don't have to commit to format. You don't have to commit to the lens, whether it's wide, super wide. You do all that in post because it pretty much captures the whole round detector that's built in here. But you do have to choose Video Pro mode. The other thing is we found using this is it's just fun to use. It's just, you know, the button's easy to push. It comes on pretty fast. It goes off pretty fast. And it just, in our mind, we've just found that it's just fun to stick in your pocket. It's got a little bit of a personality to it. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is battery life. Now, if I start this up, it's starting to record now. So it's a little bit confused. It took us a long time to figure out exactly how it monitors and reports out on battery status. So in the mothership here, what I call the mothership or the charging base or the remote control, is there's a battery icon there, and what this is doing is showing the state of charge of the case. And you can see right here it's getting close to the bottom. Right next to that you'll usually see 1, 2, or 3 bars, and what that's telling you is how many times this case can recharge the actual camera. And then over here on the right where you get 100, that means this is at 100% charge. Now, at full quality, we did all of our comparisons at full quality. We ran the GoPro at 2.7K. We were in general getting about 23 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, depending on exactly whether we were turning it on and off. But for continuous use, we were pretty much getting about 23 minutes on average for one charge. The problem was putting it back into the case to charge up took quite a while. It could take a half hour. Sometimes it took even longer than that. So that's a little bit cumbersome, how fast this case can charge it. Plugging up the case maybe helped a little bit. It still seemed to favor the case. So if the case is pretty charged up, it'll jump over and charge the camera. But if the case is not charged up, it seemed to favor getting some juice into this battery versus this battery. So it still took a long time. The other elephant in the room, which we really haven't had an issue with, is the built-in memory at the highest resolution and pro mode, which is what you want to use with this. There's no point in using anything else. We're getting about 40 minutes on average of video time off the built-in memory, and for that's fine. And you do have to offload it. You can offload it to your phone, which can take a little bit of time if you're trying to do all the memory, but if you hook it up to your computer or laptop, it goes pretty fast. So we're kind of on the fence, or we're on the fence with this thing because of the battery life. However, we did find, this mount here is pretty good on a hat, but we did play around with putting this on a cheap pair of sunglasses. And what we found out is this is just the best. So if you have one of these and haven't tried it out with just sunglasses or maybe even just eyeglass frames, this puts this right in the center of your field of view. We got some video here. We went out, we did some time lapses with this. We just drove around, did some point of view, and just the ease of just popping this on your head and adjusting it once. I got the frame here adjusted once, and just popping this on and knowing you're getting level video that's aligned correctly and comfortable to wear. Wow, that was really kind of a slam dunk for us. So we're gonna keep playing with this over the next couple of months, and we'll report out on it on whether we're able to use it or not. So anyway, if you found this content useful or you have any questions about this Insta360, please, or anything about cameras in general or cars, we just love to interact and talk about cars and cameras too. So again, thanks for watching today. Hopefully this was useful, and have a great day, morning or evening, wherever you are.